Alright, chat. If you didn't see the other day, I made this tweet. As the resident doomer of the Overwatch community, I've been looking around and seeing that a lot of people seem really upset this season. And even some of the most positive people that I know in Overwatch, or I've seen in Overwatch, are also pretty pissed. And like, they're just not having a good time, and they really don't like this season. And I find that very interesting, because to me personally, I thought season 4, 5 were way worse. Way worse. Season 4, they kind of stopped communicating. They stopped doing drops. Lifeweaver was a big bust. The battle pass like wasn't that good. That was like the beginning of the mythics being like, meh, you know, like they stopped communicating. Like things were not looking good, right? And that was when me and many of my other people, like, okay, me a lot though, because like I was like, okay, balance is getting out of control. I was one of the first people that was like, holy shit, support's going. Support is a runaway train, right? You know, felt like support creep was going crazy and it didn't really need it. Tanks were getting nerfed into the ground. DPS was starting to feel weird. The game didn't really feel that fun, but there was still like a good amount of content. Like, but they just stopped communicating. And like personally, I was like, this isn't good. And then obviously we had the big bombshell of PvE being canceled. If you're one of those people who goes, actually, shut up. That to me felt like the floor. Like we just like bounced off the floor. But since then, things have been like slowly getting better, right? Like focus again on PvP. BlizzCon had some good news. A lot more communications got picked back up. Looks like there's good plans for the future. We got to try Maga early at BlizzCon / like even people at home. They're talking about doing that more often. There was the SVB podcast with Jared, which I haven't personally watched, but I've heard a lot about it. But yeah, basically like they're talking about maybe removing heroes from the battle pass because they don't like the pay to win aspect, because like right now Maga's going crazy. And basically if you don't have Maga unlocked, you just lose. And I say that as I played last night. I don't think I lost a single game versus someone who wasn't playing Maga. So I was like, okay, why is everyone so upset? Because like other than that, like the skins were really cool this season. They're communicating a ton. Viewership drops are back. A lot of people are playing again. Rank still sucks, but like we know season 9's coming, right? So like to me, I was like, okay, I think there's a big like everybody's waiting till season 9, and maybe Maga is not that fun to play / play against. But other than that, like why are people so upset? Like what's going on? So I made this tweet and I got a lot of replies. It's been one day. I posted this yesterday at 2:30. There's 948 replies and counting. So I'm going to go through a few of them. A lot of people from the community, like both like streamers and like more people that I see like that are like loud, like talk a lot, like they're very active. A lot of people gave their takes. So I'm going to read through them, see what we got going on. I will say I want to go really quick to Grandma's first, because Grandma responded with, I genuinely think people are frustrated, but they can't identify the source, so they focus on certain roles / heroes / abilities being broken because they really don't know that there are probably bigger issues causing that frustration, and they just see the immediate source of pain. I liked it because this is my take. This is actually my take. I don't think support is as gigabusted anymore. I think a lot of the nerfs did a lot of the work. Here's the difference. Healing and damage have gotten too high. Tank damage is too high. DPS damage is too high. Support damage is too high. Healing is too high. Burst damage is too high. AoE healing is too high. Everyone plays TDM, and it's at the biggest extremes. You just like... On tank, your health bar is going like this the entire time. And then if you're playing like a DPS, if you just step out of the way too much, you just go boom. But support feels a lot tankier because they have extra abilities, right? Like you have the passive, which is not a ton, but it's something. A lot of the supports have an extra way to heal themselves, where it's Suzu, Nade, Regenerative Burst, you know, break putting your shield up, whip shotting you away, right? Like they feel tanky, right? They feel very tanky. But it's mostly because they have an extra ability or two to do that. But because everyone's so explodey, everyone just blows up so fast that because they have the chance to have a second life, they feel more oppressive than say other things. Now, Ananade, I think, is a good example of like the moment where I said, holy shit, maybe maybe it's not supports. Maybe it's like the format. Maybe it's 6v6. But maybe it's not 6v6 versus 5v5. Maybe it's just the damage. So I think we need to see global healing / damage nerfs before we do anything drastic. But this is my take. So now that my take's out of the way, let's see what everyone else was saying. Quake wrote a novel. Get ready. Holy shit. I wish I had half the passion this guy does. Lots of game bugs and hero bugs, hero interaction bugs, inconsistency in some interactions between certain heroes. As a Doomfist player, that is the most hilarious thing I've ever read. Audio bugs? Yes, true. Audio in Overwatch has gotten really bad, it feels like. I can't tell you how often I just don't hear people now. And I used to think Overwatch had the best audio of any game I've played. And now it's low-key feels like Apex. It's been like 6+ years of players' abilities, ultimates, footsteps having no audio, or partial audio being played and the audio being so quiet. I don't totally agree with that. I think that the audio in Overwatch 1 was quite good. I thought it was quite good indeed, actually. I don't hear like Junkrat sneaking up on me now. I don't hear like Kiri. Okay, let me give you a good example. People say like Kiriko's kunai is OP, and I kind of agree on one part, because it has no fall off, and like you just kind of like let's be honest, if you're spamming Kiriko across the map looking for headshots, it's part prediction, part luck, right? It's part prediction, part luck, with a very small percent of like 10% skill, which is just crosshair placement, right? The part that I would say is OP is not the fact that she can do it, but the fact that you don't even hear it half the time. And that you could be like sitting on a soldier, 80-80 strafing, like doing damage, and like, and then you get hit by one, and like you don't even hear it. You're just like, good thing, and your health bar goes down. You're like, what the fuck? And then by the time you react, you fall over, right? And so that's what feels, I think, more annoying, is that like it doesn't even feel like you had a chance to fight back. And it's like support, by the way, which like, granted, you can have the argument whether our support should be able to 2-tap you across the map, but the point is, it doesn't even feel like you get the chance to react. I think part of that's audio. Support's too strong, which is very funny because I actually think that support's like much better spot there where it was. I think it's much better than where it was. To the point where I wouldn't even say support doesn't feel like oppressive as like season 4, season 5 oppressive. I don't think it does. Game is imbalanced from top down. This is a long discussion. We're not going to go into this right now. What was revealed in BlizzCon doesn't seem like it solves the issues for top 500 / top 500 lobbies. There could be more changes that we aren't aware of, so I don't know. I think that low-key top 500 players are delusional as f. I think that they believe in perfect matchmaking and that every game is going to be them and 4 pro players versus 5 random players on the enemy team. And they're going to have perfect coordination. They're going to be able to outplay the enemy team at all times. Because I can't tell you how... the amount of babies I have seen in top 500 are insane. And it's like, you make the same mistakes that they do, you know? And it's like, I understand that at the highest level play, and don't get me wrong, I rage too. Like, if I have a carry that's not Suzuing my antis, I'm getting annoyed, because like, this is top 500, bro. You gotta figure it the out. But then, you know, you see people that are like, oh my god, like, this guy was GM3 in season 6, which means that, you know, they shouldn't be in my lobby. And it's like, oh, dude, man, like, you want perfect lobbies, we're gonna sit there and queue for an hour. Like, I would rather have fast queues and getting to play tons of games and have it be fun than sitting there for an hour waiting for a scrim. Like, I hate that. It's made me, I feel like it's made me so jaded to my fellow top 500 players. They mentioned a diamond player can queue with a bronze in rank. So does this mean a GM can queue with a plat? Does that mean I'm gonna have to have a plat on my team because a GM player? Nah, this is like, nah, come on, bro. They literally said that there's gonna be 2 groups of people. There's gonna be a solo queue group, and then there's gonna be, quote, a wide matchmaking group. This is like almost like gaslighting yourself. Doing that now is reportable for boosting. They are making boosting legal. Dude, I hate this. I hate this argument. Like, this is so, like, and I like Quake, but this is so elitist, right? Like, video games are meant to be played with your friends, right? Like, I understand that there's been problems in the past with 5 stacking, stomping through, and that's why they're probably going to make the new ultimate or whatever rank only solo queue, duo queue, like normal, right? But like, dude, there's a reason why nobody wants to play this game anymore. And like, the higher you go, nobody plays with friends. Like, you can't. Like, you literally don't. Like, everyone sits in lobbies. No one says a word. Everyone sits there either out of voice or typing at each other until somebody says something, then they get flamed, and then they get yelled at. It's ass. And it's like, whataboutism is very dangerous. We're not even there yet. And we're like, oh my God, we shouldn't have this system. Stop. Stop. I hate that. And I respect having the opinion, but I hate, it's really bad. I really don't like when people say that shit. It's like, if it ends up being bad, let's fix it. But like the fear of changing anything because it could potentially be bad, so we all stay in our stuck shit ways, is really bad whataboutism. Adding a new rank above GM is cool, but if diamond players that skyrocket to GM +3 when season 3 hit, then there's gonna be a rank reset, Quake. There's gonna be a rank reset. You get these quote GM players in your games, but they're really diamond. It's the same thing though. Like, yeah, I know it happened, but don't get me wrong. I was one of the people that even said like I wasn't gonna like shame people for hitting a new peak in season 3, but I was like, there was inflation. But the inflation, a lot of it has gone away. You don't see it nearly as often anymore. And there's supposed to be a rank reset. So like, please. Players are still AFKing their rank in the top 100 leaderboard. Yes and no. We need to aggressively decay, or need an aggressive decay system so they stay on their main accounts. I agree with that. I'll give you that one. I'd also assume it will decrease queue times for very high rank games if they are forced to play. No, that probably won't happen. If they're forced to play instead of hitting high rank and then hopping on ults. No, that probably wouldn't happen. That might make the queue slightly faster for like top 20 games, and like nothing against Quake, but you're not playing in top 20 games. I'm not playing in top 20 games. Those are like pro games. Like those are like the 11 p.m., 12 p.m. games where you see like super hop on. It's like a scrim lobby. Like that's nothing against them, you know. Like those are not for us. That's not us. So yeah, I agree with the sentiment though. I 100% agree with the sentiment of decay. I agree with the idea of making people play on their main accounts. Those are very good things. But the AFKing thing, the 50 wins definitely did a lot of damage to that, because it's, yeah, you get your 50 wins and then you can AFK, but you still have to play at least 50 games and win them. Saying in a 50% win rate, you're going 50-50, you're playing 100 games. Shitty people, like people who are not good at the game, are not getting a 50-50 win rate in GM. They're not. So like talking about GM 3 or season 3 inflation, if they're playing 100 games a season minimum, no way they're keeping their rank. I don't believe it. No SR system. You have no idea how many wins you need. Agreed. Bingo. Spot on. 100% in agreement. Emerald weapon skin is cool, but where are the competitive sprays / icons? I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Nobody cared. Literally nobody cared about these. Yeah, everyone used them for the first day. That was it. First week. They were nice to have, for sure, but nobody gave a shit. I will say the Role Challenger titles suck. Role Challenger is just... Honestly, the Role Challenger is basically the insecurity title. Why were they taking me with Overwatch 2? Were there ranked charms, name card, icons, and spray? Some sick animated top 100 name card or icon. Bingo. Oh yeah, I'm on board with that. Hell yeah. Kind of like how Apex does it for their like badges and stuff. Yeah, I'm in. Nothing to grind for, show off / flex anymore, aside from a temporary title. Bingo, I'm with you. It should be a title you can keep like rank 420 season 1 support, etc. I don't know how hard that would be to implement, but yeah, I'm in. Profile is still a thing. Remember the profile hovers in Overwatch 1 where you could see everyone's hours, stuff, good days? I think that they should implement a preferred heroes. They should keep everyone's profile should be, it can stay private if you want it, no problem. But you should be able to put publicly preferred heroes. Put 3 preferred heroes for each role, tanks to BPS and support. And so if someone hovers your profile, it says, I prefer playing Reinhardt, Winston, Sigma, right? That way, if I look at my teammates, I go, oh, this guy likes to play Reinhardt, right? And I know that that guy wants to probably play Reinhardt. That is different than when public profiles were open and somebody was a flex player, and let's say the meta was Mercy, right? Like Mercy was meta, and people were flexing to Mercy so they win games. And then someone checks their profile and goes, Mercy main, get on Mercy. And you're like, no, I don't play Mercy. I actually have I have 400 hours on Ana, but I only have 30 hours on Mercy, but Mercy's hard meta, so I'm flexing to Mercy, right? People would hardcore go after you for that. So nah, private profiles is fine. Preferred heroes should be a thing though. New accounts that dominate in quick play lobbies can be in top 100 lobbies, even though there's nothing near the GM skill level. I call it reverse smurfing. 100% nailed it. This is a stupid thing. I've heard about this all the time. Quick play and ranked are no different. I'm not joking. When people say that, they think I'm actually kidding. I'm literally not kidding. I'm actually dead serious. And what Quake is referencing here is that you can basically try hard and go crazy in quick play, get into quote GM MMR quick play lobbies, do well in them, and then when you place your rank, you will literally be placed into a top 500 lobby on your first game. I'm not joking. It's real. Comp is built and balanced for casual play, which doesn't make sense to me. I understand the game is probably mostly full of casual players, which is why it's balanced that way, but take out the casualness in rank and make it competitive. This is like an opinion. I'm with you on that one, buddy. I'm with you. There's probably more that I can think of right now. Fix Doomfist bugs, his broken movement, nerf Call of Duty heroes. What does Call of Duty heroes mean? Like Soldier? I think Soldier's fine. Quake's super passionate. He's super passionate, so I appreciate his feedback. I don't agree with everything, obviously, but I do agree with the most part, a big chunk of it, so thanks for replying. BP, I love BP. My interest / passion in the game correlates with the pro scene, and we're back to a void of nothing. Poor BP, dude. Feel bad, man. No pro scene. This season is an ad break. You have no idea. You actually have no idea how funny that is, considering all the ads I've run in December. Oh, man. Sam responds, probably the state of Overwatch 1 post Overwatch 2 announcement. Big changes are in the rank system that won't be till next year. Not every season can be canon. Sometimes there needs to be filler. That's a pretty base take, Sam. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you there, actually. Queenie responds, for me, it was the weight of Season 9 rank changes. This season feels like it's extremely long filler episode. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. And alive, a lot of skins are recolors. The BP theme had potential, but didn't live up to past battle passes. I'll agree with you on that. I think it was very weird that it wasn't like a winter theme. Like, I understand maybe not like the Christmassy theme, like, but like, why not a winter theme? Like, why was it a hunting theme? It is kind of. Ranked is a mess with a plethora of levers and throwers because the ranks reset was announced. I bet that's true. Emilife isn't like GM. I think she plays Diamond Master, so she probably experiences more of the common folk than, say, you know, Quake. Ranks is okay. Quick Way yesterday had a backfill issue where tons of games were just straight up shut down. Yeah, I had that problem too. To be honest, one thing that killed recently was the vibes was announcing the Mercy skin not out until the 26th. Mercy mains are a loud group and getting scared over or screwed over trends like the amount of negativity, and rightfully so. And then as of today, I'm not joking, as of today, they got bullied. They actually bullied the Overwatch community into releasing it early. So in one day, this is no longer true. But very funny. Battle Pass feels so mid and low effort. They had a whole extra mini Battle Pass, and it feels kind of scummy. Comp feels more frustrating than ever. Masters 2 DPS. I'm taking a season out until the reworks to competitive, or taking a season out until the reworks competitive. I do get a feeling like the dev team, although are quite communicative, feels largely out of touch with their player base. I'm just one guy out of thousands, but it's the first time since 2016 I've not played a season. That's a very interesting take. Also, I gotta be careful clicking on it because I'm gonna lose my spot. That is a very interesting chat. How many people in the chat agree with this or feel the same way? I don't quite feel that way. I feel like they're just now getting the chance to start walking on their own. They're like a baby that the whole time, like, they've been crawling on the ground, and they get up and they get slapped in the back of the head and hit their head off the ground and get dazed. And Bobby leaves like in like 5 days, right? So like the full Microsoft effect has not happened yet, right? So I think that there's still some lingering issues, but for the most part, they're doing okay. The game is just low-key boring at the moment. The gameplay loop, like the gameplay loop of the game, has gotten boring, and I think that's probably the biggest thing for me, and that's because of the super high damage, super high healing, and it's just like it swings either way. Like you explode or you have Maga where you just don't die, right? Like it swings so heavily in both directions. It's almost like bipolar, and I don't like that. Like, we gotta find a nice sweet spot. Like the pendulum needs to stop swinging. We gotta just let it rest in the middle a little bit. So, I don't totally feel the same way, but interesting to see a lot of chat say that. All right, I popped this one out because it was said more. Honestly, I think you nailed it. People are just fed up with the current state of ranked. Getting by the season while they wait for the rank changes to be implemented. I myself don't find comp much to be planned on. Play much comp, but planned on it until the rank changes were announced. Now I'm just holding off until then. That makes actually a lot of sense. It's like, why even just wait, just wait. Me personally, tank is still miserable, especially with Maga in the mix. Maga v Maga is basically like the opposite end of tanking now, where you felt like you're just exploding all the time. Now you just never die. But I'm with you on that. I just play who I want without always being forced to play someone else. Oh, I just want to play who I want without being forced to play someone else. Other than that, is mainly because of MMR reset next season. Also, this is the worst battle pass by far. I actually agree with most of that. That's pretty much spot on. I will say for the second part, I just want to play who I want without being forced to play someone else. Low-key tank is like, and this has always been true, but it feels more true than ever now, is like you have to either play the counter swap game or play what your team needs you to play. And if you don't, you just lose. And it sucks. It's so ass because even when you pick the correct tank, you just sit there and you don't do much. You're just on the correct pick and you do your job, but there's like no big plays. There's no big pop-offs. Just oof. So Battle Pass is subpar. It's crazy. Bad. Mid-Orisa bug skin number 2. New hero. Oh yeah, the Orisa skin thing has been very funny. It got them to say though, okay, like we didn't know people wanted so many options, which is weird to me because like isn't that the point of mythics? But new hero feels glacial. Yeah, sure. Maga woohoo. 4 months until the next one. Anyone else hyped? ... Yeah. This was my take back when PvE got canceled. Maybe the best thing about PvE being canceled is that they'll pick up the pace with how they introduce heroes. And some people were like, no, dude. We don't want more heroes too fast. Like, take your time and make good heroes. Yeah, but then Maga's been sitting in the back pocket since 2019. So when people sit there and go, no, I don't want more content so it can be better. That doesn't always mean the truth, though. Like, you can end up getting heroes like Lifeweaver, who feels like shit until he gets giga buffed. And then it's like, okay. Or you get heroes like Maga, which is either going to be shit or destroying everybody. I would rather just have more content. Just feels samey. The new Flashpoint mode feels miserable. I feel like the addition to the game makes things worse than Metter. I don't know what Metter means, but maybe this is weird, but every time they've ever added a PvPvE game mode, it sucked. Like the Doomfist one, like the Star Watch. Holy that was balls. And like nothing against them, but the PvPvE gotta go. Just keep it PvP or PvE. Pick one. When it's both, it's so buns. Oh, and even the the La Seraphim event, the Junkrat that spawns, like, dude, that thing did nothing. Like, he either accidentally one-shot you 1 out of 15 times or just sat there, Meatball mode sucks. Yeah, the meatball thing was just me trying to keep myself keep myself sane while I played the game mode. Like, I hope you guys know that. I just said, I think I've said it just one more season till 9 more times than I've played matches based. Everyone's on Fortnite. Yeah, true. Many of the content creators I know have all swapped content to Fortnite. There's nothing new in Overwatch right now. Comp sucks. Quick play sweaty as they actually said they want to keep quick play sweaty as which I think is a mistake. I think that's a major mistake, but I'm not in control, so I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. It's a filler season for Overwatch from Fire. Yeah, I agree with you. You're there. I'm with you on that. As a casual, I don't care much about balance issues. So what's annoying to me is the skins in the Battle Pass are bad. And now we get paid event with ridiculous monetization when you want to unlock all items and Mercy's skin ain't even released yet. It just feels like a huge cash grab. So we're only like a tenth of the way through this. You know what's funny, chat? It's a little scary how much people's perception of content of Overwatch hinges on the skins. This is the first, like, probably big miss Battle Pass, and people are like Holy f, this game blows. Do we really have no other content other than skins and heroes every 4 months? Yeah, no, you're right. No, we don't. I guess the question would be, what kind of content would you want other than skins? Better PvE. If you say PvE, I'm not gonna lie to you, just stop talking. not because I don't agree with you, but because it's a pipe dream. So just like, let's be realistic here. Because like I too would like to be a billionaire. Maps is a good answer. Game modes. The 2 game modes they've introduced though have been low-key misses for most people. Push and Flashpoint. I personally don't mind. I think Flashpoint's fun. Not the most fun, but it's okay. Push is Esperanza push is good. The other ones are like, it's alright. You know, it's alright. I don't hate it. It's not like 2 CP to me. Season 36 in Overwatch 1, everyone's just waiting. I agree. Tired of all the skins, boring battle pass. Mostly just how sharp it brings into focus that anti-knight and snipers need changing. That's a balance. Not sure, just not feeling it. I think this is, you know what? I like this guy. I like this guy. Not a whole lot to say, but said a lot. Not sure, just not feeling it. I think there's a lot of people that are in this camp. I think there's way too many people that are trying to explain it and pick like what the problem is, but they're just shooting in the dark. Let's say support. Some people still say support is still too strong, still way too OP. Kiriko busted, right? I think way too many people are trying to like pick, like they're like, oh, I know what the answer is. I know what the answer is, teacher. I know what the answer is. No, you don't. You're stupid. And there's not, and me too. I'm in the same camp. But I like this one. Not sure, just not feeling it. I think we just feel lackluster to a lot of other games. I think Fortnite's killing it. Fortnite is genuinely killing it in the FPS space. Baldur's Gate came out. Everybody was like, holy shit, that game's awesome. Finals just came out. There's stuff to play. There's other stuff to play. It's the holiday season. People are busy. Yeah. They need to add a kick player option for team games, because I dealt with a shit tank before he did absolutely nothing while they pushed us to 3rd point. Let it work where if you manage to kick a player in the first 5 minutes of a match in comp, everyone gets kicked, no loss. We found our shit take of the day. We found our shit take of the day. Holy shit, that did not take that long. The only role that feels like can be truly impactful in the game is still support, and it makes queuing anything else feel lackluster. I talked about this earlier, but it just feels like supports are tanky because everyone explodes, and supports have like one extra way to not explode. But I don't think they're as OP as people have been saying. Just a filler season. I don't know, but they suspended me till the 28th. Oh, wait, it's the same guy. Wait, it's the same guy. I don't know, but they suspended me to the 28th, so... Wait, I don't know, but they suspended me until the 28th, so... And then... This is like a TikTok emoji. Until the 28th, the season can choke. Bro, I think you choked halfway through this tweet. You wrote the same thing twice. Nah, this is why not. Listen, man. You know, some people like to say the saying, there's no such thing as a stupid question. No, this is flat chat. This is flat court. There is such thing as a stupid question or a stupid opinion. And this is a great example. Not everyone's opinion should be weighed the same. Okay, next. Filler, Battle Pass mid. Mercy, Bap, Kiri in that specific order. Oh no, not Mercy hitters. Resident Sleeper. For me, it's not having fun on tank. There. Missing 66. The interview with SVB just made me kind of feel sad as well. Multiple topics. They fumbled the bag with the Mercy skin and then monetization at once. But they've made such an effort. They're making an effort. They make an effort. And we meme. They got bullied. They got bullied and it's back. But like, you know, an effort. Maga is bad. VP is bad. To get full Winterfest rewards, you need the 3,000 coin bit. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. 3,000 coin bundle tracer. Buffs across the board. It's definitely another wait for the next season to fix things season. And it's been so much of Overwatch 2. And that's been so much of Overwatch 2 so far. That's a very fair take. We've had it so often. We had it in Season 4 and Season 5. Looking forward to Season 6. And then we're looking forward to BlizzCon. And then BlizzCon has the announcements for Season 9. Just waiting and 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 just, oh man, I'm with you though. Big burnout with the winter event being a big coin grab and the balance adding to that feature. No reason to stick around when other games feel more rewarding. With you. Prime player here. I don't think I need an explanation. Holy shit, there's one left. Get him. Get him. Hunt him down. Yeah, nothing against Alec, because I did that interview with him, but I asked him about Ryan, and he really did hit me with the, nah, Ryan's fine. I'm not gonna lie, that sucked. The terrible pass is one reason why I dislike it. The mythic is severely lackluster, or lacking, along with only being 2 actually decent skins out of the 8 you get in the pass. Fair. Personally, I enjoy it, to be honest. The only thing I don't enjoy in the game is Mei, because she makes tank impossible to enjoy for me. I'm with you on that. But at least I can just queue DPS and support instead. The only thing I'd like is an option, or is an open tournament with Maga to go along with his release. Not a bad idea. Something to be said though about Mei. We have not had a rush meta in Overwatch 2 where Mei isn't played. Have you noticed? Other metas always have like poke and dive can, like, depending on what's buffed, like have different stuff. But rush always has Mei. You can't play Mei with rush without Mei. It sucks. It sucks to play against Mei and with a Mei. Honestly, it's one of the things that made me hate Rhine duels more often than anything in Overwatch 2. Like, you know how many times I was beating the living out of someone in a Rhine duel, they swap Mei, and all of a sudden I'm getting rolled, and I have some TikTok chatter and Chad's like, Rhine diff, tank diff, you suck. And then we get a Mei, and all of a sudden that guy's getting spawn trapped, and I'm like, really? Is it a tank diff or is it a Mei diff? I don't know, man. What do you think? Like, but people they can't recognize it. They don't see it. They just see what's in front of them, you know? Generally think it's a little boring, past experiences, kind of falls flat. I'm with you. Season 9, 100%. Care less about what's happening, dying anticipation, okay? Actually came back this season, and I genuinely like it. I think the game has improved a lot from when I played it in season 5 or 6. Maybe because it feels fresh to me. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm actually with this guy. I'm with you 100%. This is the same. I think the same thing. Came from competitive CS and Valorant. I love Apex compared to all the other games I've played. I had the best experience in Overwatch. I put 300 hours into this year and climbed from bronze to D1 filler season maybe. Okay, this is actually a very common take I see from people that come from like Apex and other games. They think Overwatch is like the bee's knees, and I just laugh. Can't put my finger on why I've enjoyed it. I haven't enjoyed it much this season. Really enjoyed last season. Most plays in season 1. But I haven't been feeling this one. Maga is, well, Maga. Battle Pass is disappointment, IMO. Not really the vibe, personally. Season is filled with recolors, so I'm only looking forward to a couple skins. That's cute. Okay. Solo queuing feels so much worse for losses. I dropped to mid-diamond from gold 1 on both support and DPS. And no more LFG means no solution. LFG wasn't really used that much, but playing with friends should be encouraged. It's a team game. It's a team game. I don't think it's necessarily bad as a bad season. Hit the nail on the head. I'm super excited for next season. I do wish we had Mystery Heroes comp though. I think that they got rid of it because people stopped queuing it, and the amount of people in the pool went down a bunch. So, yeah. Do you think in comp every character should be unlocked? Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, it shouldn't be comp. You should have every character. Period. I know why they don't. And I understand it. Every other game does it. That is the industry standard, is in free-to-play games, you pay for new heroes. I know why they did it. It is a business decision. I would rather have them make money and give us content than to not have them make money and we get no content. However, though, it does seem that they have now realized the error of their ways as more heroes come out, and they need characters to be strong when they release them. Otherwise, people don't want to play them. But then, if you don't get the new hero, you just get smoked with a new hero, and then you don't have any fun. So it looks like they're really weighing the options, and now we're going, yeah, we're probably going to lose out on some money on it, but the health of the game is way better. We'll see what happens. Battle Pass themes skins aren't really it. It's really scary to me how much of this hinges on the Battle Pass. Among the finding many issues of matchmaking, I feel like they didn't align the Battle Pass. Dude, so many of these are on the Battle Pass. It's crazy. Bugs have been irritating this season, and this season Battle Pass. Dude, more Battle Pass. Holy shit. Not super interested in Battle Pass. To be honest, we're doing quick play with my kid, and sometimes it feels like a slog to get those 9 games in to unlock the Wonderland. I'm going through the motions. It has its moments, but I'm more excited for season 9. Yeah, okay, I'm with this person on that. Going through the motions definitely feels pretty spot on. I mean, I'm even kind of there at the moment. I don't think it's the worst, but I'm definitely going through the motions. Having excellent time with other games, that's a big one. Apex Legends is the finals. I'm surprised so many people are saying Apex Legends. Like, Apex Legends looks like it's on fire, for me at least. Like, they're having like a whole cheat, like half their pro scene apparently is getting like uprooted with cheaters and shit right now. Their content isn't doing too hot. Apparently their Twitch viewership's super down. Everyone's getting pissed. They're not getting any new maps, new guns. Like, dude, Apex Legends is on fire right now, so I'm surprised that's there. Finals, yeah. Asgard's Wrath 2, Assassin's Creed. I can't wait for January. January, I'm playing a bunch of variety, and I can't wait to play things like God of War and whatnot, but yeah. Mythic Skin at the end somehow didn't make me want to play, even though I had the battle pass for it. Wow. Mythic Skin continue to go down. To go down, probably. Mostly the theme. I don't really care for it. After last season was a spooky for Halloween. I guess I was expecting some sort of winter-themed battle pass. Wow. Following the same stale bland season to season, nothing changes. Yeah, I'm with you. The gameplay loop is getting boring. They need to shake up the gameplay loop. I don't know how, but all my friends stopped playing, so I had to solo queue, and playing alone isn't fun. I need LFG function back. Oh, no. I think it's for casuals. This battle pass content, especially the Mythic, has been very lackluster. Dude, more. Holy shit. Call of the Beast theme wasn't very interesting. Agreed. And I'm not feeling the whole ticket system for the winter fair either. It feels like they're considering this a filler season 2, so I can get all the things. Yeah, I agree with this. It is I actually don't mind the tickets thing, but Sony people are treating it like a second battle pass, and it's like, well, the winter fair should have been the battle pass instead, right? Extra monetization and the general feeling of recycled content makes this feel like a very mid-season to me. Okay, this might be a little bit of a scalding hot take, and I might regret this later. So many people are complaining about the monetization and saying like, oh my god, it's so much monetization, it's so predatory. Everyone, when they talk about content for the game, they just talk about the skins. And it's like, that's the only content for them, is the skins. So like, it's a weird back and forth that they don't see any other content other than getting skins, but that's also the way it's monetized. That seems like a lose-lose situation. You know, thanks for 750 bits, appreciated. Not 100% sure where I feel somewhat frustrated this season more than others. Part of it, however, is that Hog has played a lot more of my comp games. I'm down on PC. Yeah, it seems, yeah. I feel like Orisa and Hog is a good example. Like, Orisa is such a like hated character that Orisa being the Mythic plus not having many options just made people pissed off. And then like Hog, people don't like playing against Hog that often, so it's just like, you know what, I kind of get it. It feels like honorable Overwatch is kind of dead. Meta on most maps is just kind of play XYZ or instant lose. That's so true. Last patch pre-Mago was more open and allowed more comps, so instant loss at the loading screen because one person decided not to play the correct hero. It becomes stale very fast and mentally draining. Yep, you're actually 100% right. I stopped playing towards the end of Season 6, and I didn't play until the first week of Season 7, but the game is just not fun to play or interesting. It is more of a frustrating game to play, and honestly, I don't miss playing it. I've been playing other games, really enjoying the new modes in Fortnite. That's a good one. That is probably one of the more constructive ones in my opinion. It's the gameplay loop. The gameplay loop of Overwatch is getting boring. It's getting slow, and that they're enjoying something new. Overwatch doesn't have anything new to its gameplay loop, and unfortunately, the PvPvE game modes are kind of, and so they don't feel that fun, right? The game needs a big shakeup. My personal opinion is that games like Overwatch or Apex or whatever need a big shakeup once a year. Once a year, there needs to be one big shakeup. Something has to happen in order to keep it relevant. Think about how we all grew up playing video games for many years. And I'm going to use Call of Duty as an example. Call of Duty every year gave you a new game, right? And for a long time, that was good. Because, yeah, it didn't rewrite the formula. But you got new guns, you got a new campaign, you tried for new skins, all this stuff. It was a new experience on the same base, right? It didn't... Now stay with me. COD 4 in 2007 started that. It didn't become a big problem until after Black Ops 2. Around Call of Duty Ghosts is where people got sick of it, right? That was a span of probably 10 years. And then Warzone had like a revival, right? People don't hate Call of Duty. They just, at this point, are probably bored with the gameplay loop. of the game. And Warzone was like the whole new thing of like, holy shit, like this is Call of Duty, but it's like giant, there's tons of people everywhere running around, and it got people excited again, right? But after that, you know, it started to have some bad misses here and there, and now it's like kind of back to the point where people are like, ugh, like Call of Duty like kind of sucks now. And so Call of Duty was so dead before Warzone. Yes, I know, but like it didn't become a problem until somewhere around after Black Ops 2, right? That was when it started dying off. And then what I'm trying to paint the picture for you is that they had a giant change in the way the game was played. And because that giant change happened, it got people interested again. Overwatch has been out for 7 years. Well, Overwatch 2, with a flip to 5v5 and it changed a bunch of its heroes, got people excited for about 6 months. Around season 4 is when things kind of started to get a little eh. And then by season 6, when they canceled the PvE, that's where shit just was on. Here we are now, today, December 21st. We are 1 year and 2 months past the launch of Overwatch 2. We are beyond the 1 year mark. People are bored. That's what it is. People are bored. There needs to be a fundamental change to the way the gameplay loop of Overwatch is played once a year to keep this game alive. If you want to go like the get quaked on route and only cater to the super hyper competitive people that are going to play your game 9 hours a day, you'll be okay, but you're not going to thrive. But if you want to go here, you want to do this apathy quote, just wait, chat. Wait, are you talking about like the idea? Wait, are you talking about when I said like it's better when people are mad at the game than don't talk about it? I remember that. That was a good one. Point is though, we need a big shakeup. We need a big shakeup. Big one. What are you thinking in mind of a shakeup? Fundamental change to the way the game is played. I think the biggest one would be global damage and healing nerfs to change the time to kill and make the time to kill way different. Like fundamentally. I don't know. I actually don't know. You would have to like literally, I'd have to sit down and think about it for a long time. The Overwatch community can't decide what character to hate on. Kiri, for example, is meta because she got a healing buff and Suzu buff, and suddenly everyone hates her because of her damage and hitbox. Ana is getting not that much hate as well because of anti-nade. Well, right now the meta is Maga, Kiri, Ana. So like, that checks out. But it's not about not deciding who to hate on. It's that when you talk about a game or you talk about something like a live service, it's always going to dynamically change. And so like, you know, people were like, oh, people always complain about anything. Well, yeah, if something is bad and people complain about it and then that gets fixed, they're going to just move on to the next thing because they want that to be better too. Like, and that's not like, oh my God, you hate this. No, it's more of the people care and they want things better. Now, the apathy quote, I would much rather people see people mad about the game and mad about things in the game or want changes for the game than to not say anything at all. Because if they don't say anything at all, then they don't care. And that's way worse. I have nothing to look forward in the game right now. Ouch. I haven't really had any friends that are interested in playing it. That's really interesting. I would say about 6 to 8 months ago, all I saw was like people from other games or whatever just saying they were playing Overwatch and enjoying it because all their friends were playing Overwatch. And now none of their friends want to play Overwatch. Wow, that hurts. Not wrong though. Matchmaking feels horrendous. It always either a complete stomp or for either team. Rarely feels like a fair fight. Yeah, I can kind of see this, but even when it feels like a fair fight, when I win, I don't even feel happy. I feel relieved. And when I lose, I feel frustrated. And that sucks. Oh, Hoshi's probably one of the more positive people about Overwatch. So, Battle Pass and Mythic are mid. Winter Wonderland is boring and behind a paywall.
15 years of plinking plink.
These tournaments. Ranked is worse than ever. Nobody talks in voice chat except a flame. Horrid matchmaking and hero balancing. Maga. I mean, okay, agreed. I like the idea of the Winter Wonderland. I thought it was pretty cool. I did think it was weird that we couldn't get everything in it. That's kind of, even for $5, like $5 getting everything, I thought would have been great. But like the fact you don't, it's kind of, Ranked is worse than ever. Yeah, not wrong, but it's always sucked. Like I've been trying to tell other streamers and content creators or whatever to get on the quick play train for so long. I've been trying to get them on the quick play train, but even quick play is kind of starting to not feel that great. But ranked's ass. It's so awful. But yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. Horrible battle pass, horrible mythic. Winterfest being a scam, weapon skins being a scam, most good things coming next year, boring game modes, game doesn't feel rewarding, just greedier. Anyways, this season's a dumpster fire. Damn, dude. Worst battle pass, same old winter modes, gummy ticket system, egregious recent mix or MTX attempts. Out of their control, the new Fortnite season is leagues better. Why would I bother with their shitty Overwatch 2 one? Okay, I'm gonna scroll through these. Not a single new Wonderland mode. We've been playing Yeti Hunt and Maze Snowball Fight for 6 or 7 years now. I don't think all of them have been 6 or 7 years though. I think some of them are like 4 or 5, but yes. This was one of my first takes when I read what was happening in season 8. I was like, really? No new winter game mode? Oh, okay. This is a season I fully quit Overwatch, and it was honestly that games got more and more exhausting to play. And coupled with grinding the battle pass, it just got old. I'm sure I'll pick it up again someday, but for now I'm focused on other stuff. Games feel stale. I want to try new characters, but it's 11 months. It's getting hard. It's hard getting good, and people flame and throw so easily. So you end up playing meta versus meta. Flashpoint sucks, and the battle pass is pretty okay. There just isn't much motivation for me at the moment. You know what's that's actually a really interesting answer, and I think part of that's because of the extremely strict MMR matchmaking, where comp and quick play are the exact same. I was joking with Karki last night that my ranked games were genuinely easier than my quick play games. I'm not joking. Quick play was genuinely harder than comp games, because comp, everyone's in to win, everyone's picking the correct heroes, going for whatever. But in quick play, you're gonna have people that are, some people are gonna be around just having a good time, which is fine. But then you also have the people that are giga sweating, right? So if you have 2 or 3 giga sweats on the other team that are chasing you around, you're just playing respawn simulator. That's not fun. And it's like, well, then your whole team could sweat and try hard too, but they're not gonna, because it's quick play. It's supposed to be for fun. So it's like you artificially create tension between you and your teammates in what's supposed to be a for fun game mode. What have we learned here more than anything? I would say that most of the casual players think the content is the skins, and like the season hinges on whether the skins are good. Wow, that's terrifying. I don't want to be that guy. I really don't. But I feel like we should be a little bit alarmed by that. I think that should be a wake-up call to the Overwatch team. And I don't want to blow up their spot too much. But I had some devs in my chat yesterday, actually. And, you know, they're supposed to be going on holiday this week. And one of them came in and actually said that they were actually assigned to go through my tweet and go through all the replies and compile community's tests or sentiments based off of what people were replying to this tweet. So I gave some poor person at the Overwatch team. I will say it is kind of nice to know that always that they are listening and they want to make things better. But at the same time, though, I think it is a massive wake-up call to the Overwatch team that the greater gaming community outside of your competitive hardcore streamers, comp players, pro players, etc., think the content is skins only, basically. All the little goofy game modes that get put in, most of them miss. Some of them hit. Some of them definitely hit. Like, I've had some fun with the goofy game modes, and I think that's where they shine. But some of them have been big misses. I also think that the gameplay of loop of Overwatch has gotten extremely stale, and I don't know how to fix those without literally sitting in the room with a bunch of people that know their shit and like going through it. But you don't need my help. You guys know. I hope for the best, but I won't lie. It's kind of weird being on the side of the fence that doesn't totally hate this season, when I was on the side of the fence that apparently I was one of the only people that was like, holy shit, Overwatch is terrible right now. When most people were like, no, it's great. And now we flipped sides where I'm like, oh, I don't think it's actually that bad. Like, balance wise, hero wise. Yeah, it's boring. Like, things have gotten boring, but you know, the balance isn't the worst. Like, the competitive side isn't, you know, the playing of the game isn't actually, like, support isn't as OP as it was, you know? Like, prop hunt was really good. Yeah, you're right. Yikes, balance is bad. I don't think support is nearly as broken right now as people say it is. I think it was way more broken for season 4, season 5, season 6. So, I don't know. Anyways, though, it was very interesting to go through these. And I think that tweet now, yeah, this tweet's about to break 1,000 replies. So obviously I couldn't go through every single one of them, but yeah. This was very interesting, to say the least.